Hey guys, Show You Can here, and this video is actually going to be a little different right off the bat, won't you guys know. Normally on this channel you'll find things like Street Fighter or anything Capcom related. Recently I had 2-star Gladiator videos that just came out, so hopefully go check those out. But normally we just deal with, anything Capcom, specifically Capcom during the 90s, which I felt were huge for me, and personally I think the brand as well. They had some awesome titles that came out, and it seemed like they were coming out non-stop, back to back. But on this video, I actually want to talk about something different, something not Capcom related, not Street Fighter related. Still a game, but just a different series altogether, and something that still I felt was important to me growing up, and a pretty cool item that I recently acquired. Um, the item in question is this. Ranma. I don't know if any of you guys recognize Ranma, but Ranma was actually a pretty popular anime back in the day. I got into it, of course, during the 90s, and it was really different. It really stood out. So this was actually Ranma for the Super Nintendo. It was a game that, as you can tell, never came here from the box and the characters on there, and it was a pretty cool game. I ran into this game when I was doing emulation on the computer. We all at one point did that. ZSNES or SNES 9X, I think it was called. And so I saw this and thought, man, it's a really cool game. It's a cool series. I know it, and the game played well. So I wanted to make sure I went ahead and got a physical copy, seeing how these titles aren't infinite. There's a finite number of them, so I wanted to make sure I actually had the physical version of the game because I'm big on collecting physical versions. As you can see here, this is the game came in. This is the box. This is the back of it, so you get to see nice little cool art, obviously text, them talking about the title and the things that can be done in the game or what to expect. But yeah, I'm really into the retro scene. I've got quite a bit of retro games, quite a Super Nintendo library, Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, um, not Sega Saturn. I mean, I'm not Sega. I just said Sega Saturn. I meant not Sega CD, but because they're pretty expensive. But I definitely have quite a bit of other retro titles. So I do like to go ahead and collect them because, as I said earlier, these things are finite and they're sadly going away. And at one point, we won't have them anymore. So I want to make sure that I definitely collect them and have them and hold on to them so that way I kind of always have that part of me, especially growing up, seeing how that era being I'm born in 88, but I can't really claim myself to be an 80s baby if it was at the end of the decade. So this on the other hand, the 90s were really what made me, and the things we grew up with, the TV shows, the movies, the anime, cartoons, games, whatever it may be, things that came out that era were, I personally feel, better. Now, obviously, I'm probably biased. I think every generation will claim that whatever they grew up with was better than the previous or the next, but that's definitely how I feel. So, yeah, this is just me looking at Ranma, looking at what's here to be offered. Um, I saw it online, purchased it, got sent here faster than I thought it would, and it's just me kind of just looking through it. So yeah, I showed you the box earlier, so now I'm gonna actually open up the box. Almost dropped it there, as you saw. Can you imagine? I just dropped it, and surprisingly, it was actually in really good condition, pretty good shape. It wasn't brand new, of course, but it definitely was like new. Um, it was really, really, really good condition. So I don't know if it was used or not, but if it was, the person barely touched it. So there's me just opening up, looking at the booklet, seeing the nice cover art. I love that old 90s look for the animes, especially for the artist who is Rumiko Takashi. She has a very distinct way of drawing. And on the back here, you got Ranma, Kane, Girl Type Ranma, and Shampoo. All characters from the show. And again, it's a really interesting show. I think if you guys should go watch it. If you're into anime, if you want something different, especially different from what we kind of have nowadays, I think it's pretty cool. And here's me struggling to open up the booklet because I'm doing all this on one hand, and I still want to keep the booklet in nice condition. Don't want any creases. So I apologize for the shakiness and jittery nonsense. But here's me just looking inside the booklet, looking at the cool art. Also, obviously, moveless, typical booklet. As you saw, the previous character you just saw there was Shampoo. And then here's me looking now at Ukyo. Again, this is her move sets. And the game it's honestly like a bootleg Street Fighter. It plays like Street Fighter in terms of, you're obviously fighting one-on-one. You have Street Fighter type motions, quarter circle motions. It's much slower. To be honest, if you're like a really big fighting game fan, or you really want to get into nitty gritty and you want the game to play awesome, it doesn't really play that well. If I'm just gonna be perfectly honest, I'm okay with it because I'm very patient and accepting of things, but it's not like awesome fighting game, but it's pretty good. So yeah, that was me just looking at the booklet. Saying again, I was surprised at the condition it was in, and then here's the cartridge itself, and right away you could tell that is a Japanese cartridge. If anyone's seen a Japanese cartridge in I guess Western or American or English cartridge, that the shape and size are a little different, and it's because of that difference in shape and size why we can't play their games and they can't play ours. And as I was saying here, you see the cartridge is in really good condition. I tested it out, of course, and it works. There's a little text on the back here. I didn't really see any nibbles or scratches or dings as I was kind of expecting, but no, it was kept in really great condition. Looks awesome, and I was really impressed and surprised. I thought there'd be some little hiccups here and there, but no, it was pretty flawless, pretty seamless. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, do you have a Japanese Super Nintendo? And the answer to that question is no, I do not. I have a regular American Western Super Nintendo, but I am still able to play the game. And how I'm able to play it is because of this thing called the Super NT. This is a cool little device. I know my brother had purchased it online, and the Super NT can play English Western games and Eastern Japanese games. It plays both. It's the all-in-one box. You can even play, I believe, ROMs. I forget, but it's pretty cool, pretty handy, and it plays the games pretty close to perfect emulation. So if you're one of those guys who's real stickler for, well, I want the game to sound and play exactly how I remembered it, this device comes pretty close to playing it accurate. And as you saw on the back, it has an HDMI port and a power plug, so it's pretty cool, pretty small, pretty nifty. You can kind of put it anywhere. So I definitely would recommend getting this if you are a huge Super Nintendo fan or just a retro game fan. I also have the Mega SG, which is the Sega Genesis version, so that also comes in handy. But yeah, guys, this was just, like I said, a quick little video. I thought I wanted to go ahead and record this because I thought it would be pretty cool. I went and ordered this, and it came in, and I thought, hey, why not? Why not show people this? I wish more people knew about Ranma. And again, I know it's different because normally I'm always talking about Street Fighter, or Capcom, I should say. But I thought this would be a nice little break, give you something else, because also is something I like to do. I do like to collect retro titles, even especially titles that didn't come here. And again, I want to have the physical medium, the actual physical copy, because these things, like I said before, they're finite. They're not gonna last forever. So I want to make sure I actually have these items. So at any point, because I know I'm not really gonna play them all too much. They are very old games, but still, just knowing that it's there, a piece of my childhood, I've got, kind of here, and I can pop in when I want. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you guys want to see actually more videos like this, aside from just me doing the typical Capcom Street Fighter thing, go ahead, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Obviously, I'm still a little new to YouTube. Getting the actual lingo down is going to take some time. It kind of feels weird asking people to do things, but I guess that's something that you have to do. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you enjoy the content. If you want to see more, let me know. Also, let me know if there are any, if you're also big into the retro scene, if there are any old school titles you like, or any games that you want to go ahead and collect and keep, or even some old school anime that you might be into. Let me know, and take care, guys. See you next time.